That's the name of my band. Blues in Babylon. I'm saying that because I have a vested interest in the band. I'm in the band. I was on the Fender website. I get on the Fender website a lot. And the first thing that comes up is this ToneMaster Pro. Okay, that's cool. Don't know what it is, don't know anything about it. Then I go over to YouTube. And guess what happens? Look at this. On the page, there's a Fender ToneMaster Pro guy playing it. So I just pop up another page. Look what happens next. Fender ToneMaster Pro. Then I just start a new page. Fender ToneMaster Pro. This is all just came up when I just hit YouTube. I just hit this part over here. Next thing, Fender ToneMaster Pro. And this one came up first, Matthew Scott with the Fender ToneMaster Pro. Now my thing is, okay, is it ethical for these guys to basically become human advertisements for a huge corporation and not disclose that to you or me? Is it ethical? Is it the right? Does it even matter? Is it ethical for this guy, right, Matthew Scott, to put this, to show you this thing just on like, hey, I just got it. Look, all he says is, so I just picked this up in the mail. That's what he says when he presents it. He doesn't say Fender sent it to me. He doesn't say I got paid by Fender. He's not saying I'm getting sponsored by Fender. He doesn't say I got this free from Fender to try out to show you. He may have signed a contract with Fender. He may be getting paid $5,000 to do this. He may get to keep the ToneMaster. But if you read one of these comments, this guy says, it's actually surprising Fender would send it to Mr. Scott, who is a vintage purist. Then again, I suppose if you can convince him, you can convince others. So this guy's saying, wow, I was surprised that they sent this to Matt. And I commented, dude, they paid the guy. And he says, yeah, seems obvious now that you say it. So he's implying that maybe before I said, bro, he's getting paid, that he actually thought, wow, Matthew Scott's getting this thing from Fender, and he's going to give his real opinion on it. And that's what I'm saying. Is it ethical? Because if that guy believes that this is Matthew's real opinion on it, and it's not, he's giving a paid opinion. He's given an opinion based on the fact that Fender gave him $5,000 and said, don't say anything bad about it, even if you don't like it. Is that ethical? Real questionable, because there was a big rigmarole about. Let me just get rid of one of these here. See if I can get it. This guy right here, this Anderton Music guy, right? Some YouTuber was going nuts because this guy owned a part of an amp company, and then sold the amps without disclosing that he was, uh, part of the amp company. There was a big deal about it. This guy had to come out and make a whole apology, basically saying, "Hey guys, I'm part of the company. Sorry if you got misled. There was a lot of people that thought, et cetera, et cetera." So how is it ethical for this guy to get a product in the mail that he's paid to get a product in the mail that he's paid to say good things about, and then never tell you, I was paid to say this stuff? Well, how is that ethical? And I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, it seems to be kind of dicey. And you watch all of Matthew's videos, and he's repairing. I've seen a lot of his videos. He's repairing vintage guitars. He's ripping on vintage amps. Shredding on vintage amps. And then he seems to get this thing in the mail and go, this is pretty good. This sounds like this sounds like a lot of my old Fenders. And then guys go, wow, if Matthew likes it, then it's got to be good. This guy's a real, as the guy put it, he's a vintage purist. Matthew's a vintage purist and he likes this thing. But Matthew's not telling you, and Fender's not telling you, he got paid. He got paid. This is not an unbiased review. This is set up. This is concocted. This is prefabricated. This is not real. This is not a real opinion. Is it ethical? And then you got RJ Ronquillo. Is it ethical? Hey, RJ's, let's demo and review it. Then you got this guy, John Cordy. Hey, you got this guy, Leon Todd. Hey, is it, I tried the Fender ToneMaster. They're all getting sent Fender ToneMasters from Fender. Now this guy right here, at least now this guy right here, I have no problem with him doing it because he sells them. He sells them. He's not on there going, I repair vintage guitars and I really love vintage tone. And oh, by the way, listen to this. No, he's going, I own a business. I'm selling everything. I'm selling effects pedals, guitars, whatever I can sell, whatever I can make money on. And I'm going to make money on this if you like it. Look, this is how it works. This is what it does. This is how you get into it. This is what it does. If you want to buy one, here's a link down here. Buy it from me. Fine. There's no problem. The problem is when the guy goes, well, I just picked this up in the mail, and I'm playing it, and I'm a vintage amp purist, and I like it, and whoa, that sounds like a vintage amp. Wow. And you don't know he's getting paid. You don't know he's getting paid. You think it's real. Look at all these guys. Mary Spender's on there. Wow, look at this ToneMaster. I saw that guy before here. Tone Wars. This guy, see, this is one's real tricky too, because this guy actually seems to give real opinions. If you've ever seen his videos, he seems to like really give you his opinions, but that could also be a setup. That could also be a setup. I'm not saying it is, but if there's one guy on this list that may give you a real opinion, it's this guy, Tone Wars. Here's another guy. Oh, look, Fender nailed it. Yeah, they nailed it because they gave you how much money? They gave you how much money to say that? Anderton's, of course, loves it. Look at this. ToneMaster, Fender. Now, Fender.com, of course, if Fender.com makes a video on their own material, it's like, okay, yeah, they're selling it. There's no hidden agenda, right? Look, here's Tone Junkie. Helix Killer, Tone Junkie TV. Did he get paid? Is he getting paid to say good things about this? I mean, when they give him the money, do they say don't say anything bad about it, or let us look at your video first? I mean, what happens? We don't know. As consumers, we don't know. But what I'm saying is, my whole question is it ethical for these guys? Think about it. When you have a commercial, right, about insurance, it always says paid spokesman at the bottom or actor portrayal. I lost my house and I lost everything in the hurricane. Actor portrayal. That's what they do in commercials, right? They tell you, look, this guy's getting paid. These are actual, what do you call it? Consumers. These are actual. God, what do they call it when you buy the product? Actual users of the product, but they've been paid to for their they've been compensated for their testimony or whatever. In other words, these guys are real users of the product, but we gave them money. Matthew never mentions getting money. Matthew never talks about getting money. Did Matthew get money to review this thing? And when he got the money, did Fender tell him, don't say anything bad about it? Did Fender say, let's review your video? Did Fender say, if you like it, review it, we'll give you $5,000. If you don't like it, send it back and don't say anything. We don't know if this guy's, that's the whole problem. That's what I'm saying. Is it ethical on YouTube for these guys like Matthew, who, I've watched a lot of his videos. I support the guy. Is it ethical for him to review something or anybody else without telling you point blank, I got this for free from Fender. Fender gave me money to do this. I am paid to do this. I'm getting paid by Fender to try this thing out. Is it ethical for them to go over a product and not tell you or me that they got paid to do it? That's the question.